Hello, Sunshine, and welcome to Sunshine+Sage Parenting Studio. My name is Ana Mercedes. I am a former early childhood educator, now parenting coach and instructional coach. And I help families of children from birth to age 7 parent with clarity, confidence, and connection. In today's workshop, I'm going to walk you through the 5 habits that actually disconnect you from your child and what you can do instead. Let's get started. Habit number 1, relying on yelling as a quick fix. So, while raising your voice may get you short-term results, what it in fact does is creates more distance and fear. It also leads to more burnout and stress on your part. So what you can do instead, pause and regulate first. Before responding, model how to calm your nervous system by taking a deep breath. This way, you're co-regulating your nervous system with your child and you're responding from a more calm and centered place. Habit number 2, rescuing too quickly. So jumping in at the first sign of struggle really deprives your child of the opportunity to develop problem-solving skills and resilience. So unless it's an emergency situation, a life or death situation, you want to instead allow for some struggle time. This means, again, we're taking that step back and let your child troubleshoot their problem. Let your child try to figure out a solution. What does this do? It builds confidence, it builds resilience, it builds persistence, right? And it also builds new neural pathways because now your child is learning how to solve a problem in a new way, without having to consistently and constantly rely on you to solve their problems. Habit number 3, overscheduling family life. So if your child's day is packed with school and after school activities and sports and play dates, that means that it leaves little time for rest, for connection and bonding with you as the parent, and for play. So what to do instead? You really want to protect their downtime. Look at their school schedule. What is a typical day like for them? Do they have a chance to rest? Is there time for play? Then take a look at the after-school activities that you have planned for them. And then what happens when they go home? If it is constant work and sports and hobbies, and there's no time to just rest and connect and bond, think about when in the week you can make time for that sacred downtime. The child needs to regulate their emotional system. They need to regulate their nervous system from the constant learning and going and rushing from activity to activity or place to place. They need time for rest, for connection, for coming back to their center, and so do you. Habit number 4, expecting perfection. Now, this happens a lot, especially around the beginning of school, right? But holding your child and yourself to extremely high and impossible standards is only going to lead to more stress and more frustration for both you and your child. What do you want to do instead? Celebrate progress. Celebrate progress and effort over perfection. Celebrate the small wins and the small milestones because those eventually will lead to those larger goals. Final habit, underestimating transitions. So transitions is something that I think we talk a lot about in the education community, but not so much in the parenting community. So when school starts, or the holiday starts, right? This brings in a lot of new changes. Chances are, if you're just going into school, just a few weeks ago, your child was sleeping in a little later or staying up a little later. And now there are new routines, new people to get to know. It's a lot. And rushing through the day makes your child feel unseen because they feel like they don't have a voice or a say. They're just, I'm getting taken here and then I get taken there and then I'm dropped off here and then I'm picked up there, right? So what to do instead? Include slow transitions with rituals. Now, at school, sometimes you don't have control over that. That's the teacher's area. But once you pick up your child, make time for those transitions. Let them know what is coming up next, right? Try to give yourself some cushion time between going from one activity to the next. If you're at home and your child, for example, has to pick up their toys before dinner, have them pick up their toys using perhaps a song, give them reminders. Perhaps there are visual cues if you have a schedule so that they know what is coming up next and they don't feel rushed, right? So when you use songs or stories or even physical connections like jumping to symbolize I'm going from one activity to another, this supports predictability and security, which is a child's most basic need. Is I need to know I'm safe. And part of I need to know I'm safe means I need to know what's going to happen next, right? So there are the 5 habits. And as with every workshop, I want to leave you with a little bit of homework. I want you to do some honest self-reflection, no judgment. Think about one of the 5 habits that perhaps you do a little more often than you'd like. So is it relying on yelling too quickly? Is it rescuing too quickly? Is it overscheduling family life? Is it expecting perfection? Or is it underestimating those crucial little transitions? Think about one of those that you perhaps do more than you'd like. Think about how it affects your child and notice how it affects you. Then think about what you could do instead to bring more connection between you and your child. So that's the end of our workshop. Thank you so much for staying with me. If you'd like a visual of the 5 habits, you can visit me over on my Pinterest, Sunshine and Sage Parenting Studio. And you can find it there. If you'd like some of my recommendations, you can find me on Benable. And if you are interested in reading some of my blog posts, or you'd like to see if we're a good fit for working one-on-one for parent coaching, you can book an alignment call or access my blogs over at sunshineandsageparentingstudio.com. All of the links are in the description below. And until then, keep parenting with Sunshine and Sage. Adios.